Welcome everyone to another episode of BitRant. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff. I do want to say beforehand, before we start any of this, a lot of news is being sort of kept behind closed doors right now because E3 is coming up. So expect just a waterfall of stuff next time. But we do have plenty of stuff for you today, like microtransactions in Metal Gear Solid 5 are going to be a thing, probably. PS Now is a bit expensive. It's that rental service for PlayStation where you can rent PS3 games. Let's see. Mirror's Edge Catalyst and The Last Guardian has also been sort of rumored to be an E3 thing. Dark Souls 3 has been confirmed. The Nathan Drake collection has been announced, which is going to be like all of the Uncharted games for the PS4. And then we have Hyrule Warriors for the 3DS. Yes?
Why are we in different locations on the cast?
Are you in different locations? I love it. See, I told you. Oh, you're all okay. Just pretend. Okay, you're Pew now, Ram. You're Pew now.
No, move us.
Yeah.
I'm Ram. I feel so
fine.
Also, the music might be a tad loud. I just unmuted the broadcast and it struggled to hear you.
Oh, fine. Well, I've lowered it already, but you might be a bit behind me. Hold on. Fine. I guess we're doing this this way. Hi guys, it's gonna be me today, guys. It's just gonna be me. How is everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. Hey, that's Ram. Ram's here.
Gary.
I think this was Pew. Let's see. No, you're shiny now, Pew. Sorry.
Wonderful.
We'll put you over there. There you go. How is everybody doing? See, I checked all the scenes, and then this one was apparently still wrong. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're all good. What have you guys been up to, guys?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. We can pop over to your thing.
Yeah, sure. So this week I've got a funny thing that's not so funny. Firstly, don't buy Razer products because they're assholes. Secondly, like literally no. The reason I have been playing Hearthstone all week is firstly because I love the game. Secondly, because I can't play Borderlands 1. Now, the reason that is because my Sabertooth Razer controller, after less than 6 months...
We're messed up again.
Oh my god.
I'm fixing it, don't you worry about it.
Oh my god.
You know what? It's because we switched around the cameras is the problem, guys. It's fixed, though.
Okay.
Good.
But my Razer Sabertooth controller has actually decided to pack up on me and break, so I've been kind of stuck playing... mouse and keyboard games, and the only one that I'm proficient in at the moment is Hearthstone, so I've been stuck playing that all week. But it's been a really good experience. There's been some news for Hearthstone, so we've got a new mode coming out called Tavern Brawl. Now, on the front screen, one second, we got messages in the chat. What's going on here?
No, it's fine. It's not really a problem. I'll get to it on the break.
Sure. Okay. Is there something wrong with my mic, or am I good?
No, nothing's it's fine. Carry on, don't worry about it.
Sure, okay. There's been this new mode coming out to Hearthstone, basically. It's called Tavern Brawl. Now, in a lot of card games, you have almost like these Nexus or Inferno, they've been commonly called type, almost game modes that you can go into. Now, what these game modes kind of pride themselves upon is... What's wrong?
Everything is just... Never mind. Just keep going. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We've got so every single like card game has this game mode that allows you to almost the developers come in and they make certain rules for every single week. And you have to play by these rules. So one week, for example, it might be that all human type cards have a certain advantage on the board, or for another week, it might be that you're not allowed to play decks with spells in them. Now, finally, Hearthstone have kind of adapted to this common rule that has come into a lot of card games and has decided to bring that in to the fold of Hearthstone. So we're going to have weeks where it's like, oh, hey, you know, this week you can only play Murlocs as creatures, or this week all spells will cost 2 extra, or this week Paladin and Warrior are banned. And it's in a mode called Tavern Brawl. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can play it with your friends. I'm not sure if there's going to be a ladder system for it, but I think there will be a sort of kind of like reward system. So you go so far through it, it will give you gold. It will give you rewards for doing well. It seems to be a pretty good system that they're actually introducing. So it seems to be pretty enjoyable. But aside from that, it's been very much the common RNG stone. The new season started this month. At the start of every single month in Hearthstone, we get a brand new season. Everyone gets their ranks reset, and everyone tries to climb to legend in less than 30 days. We're halfway through the month, and I'm nearly halfway there. So just about getting there now. But aside from that, I haven't really been doing a great deal this week. Something else that is coming out that we may be talking about on the agenda, but more than likely we'll probably just keep it to just here, is Hearthstone are selling out even more, and they're bringing out this thing. Well, I mean, selling out is a term. I mean, we're gonna have a few people playing devil's advocate here, but yeah, it's one of those things. What they're doing basically, let me just set the scene. Hearthstone are releasing a skin for Warrior, and they plan to release many more skins for every other class. They're giving, like in World of Warcraft and the Warcraft lore series, they have the Alliance and the Horde, you know, good and bad, so to speak. And they're releasing the Alliance side to all the Horde heroes and the Horde side to all the Alliance heroes. Like, for example, Anduin for Priest is a Alliance member, and they'll be releasing the Horde alternative to him. This week, the first one for Warrior, they're releasing the Alliance alternative to a Horde Warrior, which is going to be a dwarf. I forget his name, which is great. And I really love that idea. I really love the idea that they've bought out skins, and that they're going to be introducing kind of that little bit of new graphical content into the game. It's going to be fantastic, right? That is what I'm all good for. But on the other hand, they're charging £7 for it, and it's not
crazy.
worth it. It's not worth it. What's going on? What are you guys giggling about?
I don't know. I'm not in on this one.
What is it, Shiny? What in this time?
What has he done?
Why is
You
that?
just whispering to each other on Twitch?
No. What? There's a whisper?
Yeah.
We should talk
Oh
about that.
God.
We will later. We will.
Yeah, we will talk about that.
But yeah, what you get with each hero basically is you get 6 emotes, or sayings or quotes, so to speak, which are hello, well played, thank you, sorry, oops, and threaten. Those are the 6 ones that you get. And then you get a hero skin, you get a welcome on in, so when you load into the game, you get one of 2 things that you can say. So oh, I'm gonna kill you. What are you giggling? This isn't even giggling at this point. What is this? What has happened?
It's when you can't laugh. That's the worst.
Yeah. What?
It's nothing. Continue.
No,
on.
I'm not continuing. What is it?
No, don't worry about it.
Nah, fuck this.
No, fuck this. So what? We can talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, you've been playing Hearthstone. We'll talk about the new portraits in a little bit then. But you've been playing Hearthstone. That's still been good for you. You're still enjoying this game, I assume. Okay, he's stopped talking entirely. Okay.
It has nothing to do with you.
Oh my God. So I've been on Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I'm just loading up the thing now. So yeah, we saw this last week. It's still awesome. I love this game. Dragon Ball, punching people in the face. I mean, is there really a lot I have to say about this? Just if you like Dragon Ball, go and get this shit. It's fucking great. The only downside I've sort of discovered with it is that it's kind of grindy, which makes me sad. I don't know. You played this as well, right, Shiny? I think Pew played this as well.
I absolutely love Dragon Ball.
I love Dragon Ball.
Absolutely love it, dude. Me and Pew used to beat face.
But this game, it's kind of seems grindy, though.
Nope.
Like I've come to the point where I've done I'm doing all the like the what are they called again, the sort of alternate dimension missions.
Well, Pew, how far did you get?
I beat it.
You beat the whole storyline?
Yeah, I beat the whole thing and the extra bit as well.
Oh shit.
See, I'm doing the storyline, and I'm coming to a point where I kind of have to go back and do things again, because my level is now not high enough to go further. Because the enemies have health bars like this, my health bar is like this, Their
never had to
attack
go
shoots
back.
chunks like this. My attack shoots chunks like this. Like the stat difference is just massive at this point.
I think that there is very much a way to kind of like the game does gear towards certain specs. Like I put all of my abilities into what is it, the basic strikes.
Yeah. Oh, right. You didn't use any specials.
So when I was hitting people, they were getting knocked back and stunned and whatnot, and getting hit up into the air, and I was taking down their entire health bar with it. So, I mean, if you go key, for example, if you get interrupted out of an ability, there's all your damage gone. If you miss an ability, there's all your damage gone. So there is very much ways to kind of gear the game in your favor. But yeah, no, I never had to go back in the storyline. I did have to go back and buy healing potions and get senzu beans and do stuff so that I would revive. But other than that, I didn't really have to do a whole lot in terms of the space experience and whatnot.
See, I'm making a balanced character.
Or the side quests. Was there more side quests than there was main story?
There's a lot of. I mean, I think there's the same amount of each. It's around about the same amount. The only differences between the side quest and the main story is that you can play the side quest with other people.
Well, the thing with the side quests is you get loot from them. If you do them again, they can drop different things. There's different way of beating them. If you beat them in a different way, or you get the sort of ultimate finish or ultimate finish, I think it's called. You get like other loot than if you would complete it normally. That kind of stuff. So that's fine. I don't mind completing missions multiple times. But some of the drop rates are really low, which is, again, okay if you really want to get it that way. Because you just can't buy any of these items, right? You just can't. You have to get them through that side quest, else you just don't get it. And then there's the fact that you have to catch up on your level. Because you built a very sort of black and white character in terms of you had punching. That's what you did.
Yep.
You did main attacks.
Punching.
My character is balanced between main attacks and super keys.
Yeah, there's the issue.
So because of that,
I'd like you to go all one way.
No, but they don't though, because the game itself supports that. It like literally says when you start the game, do you want to go all punching, all keys, or do you want to go in between? And you can go all in between because you can distribute your points yourself. But you're going to come up short on the damage end if you then don't level enough. That's the problem with it.
The issue is with it is that the key bar restricts you. If you go half into supers, half into key, half into basic strikes, like a little bit everywhere, the problem is that key bar underneath your health is literally how much damage you can exert at once. I went all into strike supers and all into basic attacks and not very much into anything else. So my key bar, when I was using that for strike supers, I was beating the shit out of them. And then when my key bar was refreshing with my basic strikes, I was beating the shit out of them. Like I was always winning.
Well, I fixed the... I don't have a problem with how fast my key regenerates or how fast I build it or whatever, because I have Super Saiyan and a buff that helps me to do that. My problem is just the raw damage output of the moves that I do. It just seems grindy because of the level catch-up I have to do now, basically. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Wait,
I love this, by the way. Look at the character customization you can do. It's really nice. You can like do a lot of shit. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Did you both go Saiyan?
Yeah, I'm Saiyan character.
I went Saiyan, and then human.
I want to try at least the Frieza race and
you know what?
the Namekian race.
Is it to where you had to beat the story mode to unlock a second character?
Other
slot?
characters, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
not more than second. It's really dumb. Like, it's not like, oh, every time you beat the story, you get one slot. It's like you beat the story once and you get 1 million slots. Like, you get as many as you want to make. And the funny thing is that your money and all your items transfer across all your characters. So everything that you've ever unlocked on one playthrough, you don't have to do it again on another playthrough. You keep it. So if you found out that on one playthrough you've unlocked a lot of stuff that's well suited towards the Frieza race, go make a Frieza character, suit it up. There's a mission that you can do, mission 53. You just literally, like, the mission is you have to pick up 3 Dragon Balls and Brody will fight in the background. And if you pick up 3 Dragon Balls quick enough, you pretty much, you get like, I got 17 levels from 1 to 17 in a minute and a half. And you just do that over and over again. And eventually you hit max level in like an hour and then you're ready to go because you've already got all the equipment. So
see, I was seriously considering asking you to jump in with me with that so you could skip the grind and just play the game, because that's really what I want at this point.
yeah,
I just don't want to grind anymore. Yeah, we can do that, because we could literally knock that out in an hour. It's kind of ridiculous.
Not even like I'd be able to do it in like 5 minutes. Like you'd get.
No,
all
I
the
mean like
levels
the whole thing where I'm just leveled enough, and then I can just distribute my points as I play the game, not all in one go, because then I would just not blow everything away.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you don't actually, when you level, you don't actually change your stats yet. You have to distribute the points yourself first, so that all works. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Multiplayer still sucks though if you're trying to play with a
It's still a
friend.
really good game.
Yeah. I mean, I still had fun with it when I was playing with Shiny and with
The
Gary,
co-op
but
works.
It
quite
got
well.
to, yeah, the co-op's great, but the multiplayer for when you're facing off against each other, I think we were speaking about this, and I think that like for racing games, it's okay to have it on peer-to-peer. That's fine.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
But for Dragon Ball Z, Mortal Kombat, you know, everything else, you need that shit on dedicated servers.
Yeah,
like, if
I
no,
tried
makes
it off cast a bit more, and it's awful. I just don't.
Yeah, it's not
I'm not
great.
gonna cast it anymore either. The versus. I tried it off cast against some people just to see if it was maybe I was having a bad day over internet, or maybe we just had a shitty connection or whatever. No, it was just shit.
Yeah.
It's just shit. So yeah.
And it's not great because like it was getting to the point where it was like if you're using a melee build and you're going hit, you have a higher chance of hitting them, obviously, because you're throwing out 10 strikes a second and you're going to land one of them. But then if somebody's doing key like you were against me and it's just one strike and I move slightly to the left and then just like I've moved on my screen, but on your screen I haven't, and you've hit me on your screen, then all of a sudden I'm behind you and I'm just hitting you again.
Yeah,
And,
I've literally
like,
had that.
Anyone using basic attacks wins the game, like that, because you just have a higher percentage chance of hitting. Like it completely removes the skill element. If I'm honest, I was just going punch, instant transmission, punch.
Yeah,
Like, that was
yeah,
all I was
exactly.
doing.
Yeah,
And
and I don't want to
you
do
know,
that,
that
you
was
know.
the game.
I want to like beams and shit. I want crazy shit to be happening on my screen. So.
And if it was on dedicated servers, I honestly feel like you could get a really good fight. Like, do you remember Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2?
That was a good one.
I've only played
great.
Budokai Tenkaichi 2 and 3. From the older
Dragon Ball
ones.
Z,
'cause,
the Budokai games were great for PvP.
Do I remember that
Yeah.
first one?
Yeah,
that
those
came
were
out?
great.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Those are
they were
good.
Absolutely amazing.
But I'm pretty sure those had dedicated servers. I'm not sure though. But it felt like
Well,
that.
I mean, I played them with just LAN, you know, and it just worked like
oh
that.
yeah, that works. Yeah, definitely. Definitely works. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. It's quite fun. Again, if you like Dragon Ball, even though all those things I just said, still get it. It's a great game. I don't mind repeating missions over and over. I really don't. I just don't like casting that way because I want to cast a show that I watch, and I would not watch someone do the same mission literally 50 times. I would not.
Yeah.
And as a caster, I don't like doing that either. If it was Monhan, I'd be fine with that. Because Monhan is tailored to this, it's built around this, it's what it is. You go out and you hunt monsters. In this game, though, it doesn't work for me. So I'm doing this offcast, the grindy bits, but yeah, whatever. So, yeah. What have you been up to, Ram?
This
Grab your
week,
video here.
I've been preparing because I'm on holiday next week. Ooh, I'm going away for a bit, so I need
Right.
to have lots of stuff recorded and ready to upload while I'm away so people don't forget who I am. But I have been finishing up Red Dead Redemption. I have been slowly working my way through that, and we're coming up to the end. I should finish that tomorrow, but I forgot how much I really enjoyed this game. I forgot how good it was. I played it through
It's
from,
quite
like,
good, yeah.
start. I played it through from start to finish when I first got it, and that was when it first came out. And I haven't played it since, and so good.
Yeah, I haven't played this game personally, but I've watched it, and it's I think the best thing I like about it is that it's sort of GTA in the Wild West, and you would expect that from them, but it's also just like this sort of adventure storytelling game. Like GTA was always that, but it's so much. It felt better, the storytelling, to me than.
So that's like I prefer Red Dead Redemption because it's a story that you've been told. Like you've all seen like the movies and things of like the Wild West and stuff. Whereas GTA, possibly because it's real, like because it's a true life, like a true crime sort of thing. It's a bit real. Whereas this is very much
Yeah.
a story, and all the stupid and crazy stuff that happens in the story is just that, because it's the tale. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be sort of sensible. It can take
Exactly.
liberties with what happens in the past.
I love it. It's really. I think the thing I like it best about is the sort of the freedom to fuck around that they give you, like tying a man behind your horse and leaving
Yeah,
another
we've done
trail
that.
track.
Like I accident, like I'm not sure if it's on the clip that I had. I can't remember if the clip's working or not. But
No,
I
won't
I
do
was,
it.
I accidentally shot a man in the heart, just literally, completely by accident. I kind of aimed at something else, and he was like, "Don't worry, I've got this," and just ran out into the street. And then I'm just, next thing I know, I'm fleeing from town with the law on my ass. Like it wasn't me. I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh
anyway.
man.
Here's the important question: have you tied
got it.
someone to the railroad tracks?
Not in this playthrough, but I did 100% my last playthrough. So yes,
Okay. Well,
I've seen the pink mist that results.
you that's just something you have to do. You have
Yeah.
to do the whole Snidely Whiplash thing.
That's been pretty much all I've been up to. Played a little bit of Lego Worlds as well. I remember we were talking about that the other day. It's good. It needs multiplayer. It's not. I'm not going to touch it again until it's got multiplayer. So that's
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, that's fair enough. You're shooting a bear right now, is what I'm showing.
Yeah, that was.
I finally got it
that's what
working.
I had to climb up a mountain. This, and then there's a bear, and then there's a mountain lion, and then I tried to shoot an eagle, but America got its karmic revenge and threw me off the mountain, so I had to start the whole mission again. It's all kinds of daft.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Yeah, just a really solid game. Like also the sort of nature exploration you can do. I mean, that sounds silly when I put it like that, but that actually really works quite well. There's quite a lot of stuff you can do. I know it's slightly cut off, guys, but there's not much I can do about that right now. But yeah, yeah, it's just you guys know how the Twitch video player is, guys. It's so solid, so good, man. But yeah, it's a really lovely game. I'd say if you love Rockstar games in general, or you're sort of into the Wild West theme, get this game. It's
Yeah.
so good.
There's been some news recently about Rockstar employees possibly, they do this every 6 months, but leaking the next Red Dead Redemption. But, E3 is coming up. If you're lucky.
Yeah,
and
I
you're gonna
mean-
Wait, what? Really? They're talking about another one?
I would not be surprised. It goes in cycles. This has been one of their best-selling, best-received games ever, like beyond the GTA franchise. I can't imagine them not making a 2.
Yeah, that's fair. It is just a really solid thing in general. Like the whole production value to it is really good. Like
Yeah.
like you're looking at these mountains and shit, and it looks really good. I really love the way this whole game.
This is on the
looks.
PS3, which only streams. This is only at 720. The PS3 doesn't have a hardware upscaler in it like the Xbox does.
Oh,
So
okay.
this will only cast at 720.
Oh god, you're getting a fucking. Oh yeah, this is the mountain lion you're talking about.
Yeah, it just got stupider and stupider as I went up the hill.
I love it. This is great. Just getting attacked by the wildlife, and then you skin them and take their coats.
Take their stuff.
Yeah, because you can sell those, right?
Yeah, so you
Like-
go through and you're attacked by various wildlife, and then you relieve them of their various bodily organs and like claws and stuff, and then you go, hey, do you want this bit of bear meat that I found? It's bear meat. It's pretty good. And then you make lots of money.
Nice.
You're walking along this precarious sort of trail made of a minecart rail, and it's quite
I'm trying to remember what it was
horrifying.
for. Like, I think I'm spying. I'm trying to get to the top of the hill so I can spy on someone's base, but I don't know. I really like how the game has progressed from start to finish. You start off in essentially the desert, so everything you do is in the Wild West. You're hunting everyone you shoot is a bandit. They are a bad person. You help the sheriffs to kill the bad people. Then you go to Mexico, and then it's the Mexican army and the rebels, and they're both doing horrible things, so you don't really know who to shoot.
Oh,
And then where I am at the moment is like the civilized part of America, like we're in Blackwater, where no one shoots anybody anymore because that's barbaric. What we do now is take illicit photographs of people, and I like how that sort of evolution of the game has shown the evolution of history.
well, you shot America in the asses now.
I shot America in the ass and I paid for
Oh,
it. in
and
that
then,
5
oh
seconds.
god, oh, okay, yep. There he goes. And down the mountain he flies. Dead. Holy shit, that's great.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
America
me this
took its
week.
revenge. Yeah, that's it for you. You died and fell off a mountain. Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's freedom.
Yep. That's what I get.
Good job. Great
man.
work.
I can definitely recommend this game, and I haven't even played it. I've just watched it. This shit done. It's so good. You can just tell. I don't know how the controls are. That's the only thing I don't know. How are the controls? Are they good? Good
Control is good. I mean, if you play GTA, it's pretty much exactly the same. Tap A to sprint, snap to cover shooting.
Yeah,
pretty much
GTA
the
has
same.
pretty good controls, so yeah, pretty pleased with that. The
Rental,
Gemini
you got that
Fall.
on a macro?
No, he just does it really fast. He just does it really fast. He doesn't believe in macros. He always scolds me for using a macro for my pyramids.
I never use macros. I'm too stupid to set them up.
Shall we get into what Shiny's been playing then? What have you been playing, Shiny? Let's see if your video will load and not be a jerk.
I have been reliving the glory days of the Batman. Doing the whole Arkham playthrough to get ready for that sweet Arkham Knight, man.
It loaded
I'm
just
so-
fine, by the way.
I'm
Okay.
so ready for it, man. It's I mean, you know, it's another I wouldn't really say Grand Theft Auto but Batman style, but until you get to like the Arkham City.
Yeah.
The
Have you played Arkham City, Shiny?
Yeah, I played all three of them. My personal favorite I really like is Origins. I'm one of the rare people that like Origins the best, even though it's not considered canon. Because
I mean,
the different developers.
A lot
See,
of
I
people
loved
give Origins a
Asylum.
lot of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
love
a
those
lot of
items.
people give Origins a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Asylum was so well made, and then I thought when I I haven't finished Arkham City, but I played like a couple of hours, and I just thought it was very much a case of here's a Batman villain, here's a Batman villain. Hey, remember this guy from the comic? Here's another Batman villain, and it was just constantly like introducing bits of Batman. Whereas Arkham Asylum was just here's a tiny game with a few people. Oh, you guys at it now as well.
Oh god, you're doing the whisper thing.
Shiny
them.
started this whole chain off. He's
Yeah.
been whispering at everyone while other people have been going, like he was doing it with Ram when I was fucking
Yeah.
doing it. And
Oh,
Remember at
God.
school there was always that kid who got sent out for passing notes or making
That's
other
the
kids
one!
giggle?
That's
That's
the
who
one.
Shiny is right now.
he's been
Shiny-
messaging us, fucking whispers the entire time, like, hey, don't laugh, don't giggle. No.
He sent me those too. He sent me those too.
And oh my god, you motherfucker. Jesus
Shiny, can you
Christ.
tell me something? Were you actually the kid who passed notes in school? Please tell me we were. Ah, he
A
was.
little bit.
Perfect.
Clearly.
Oh
That's
my
great.
god.
Jesus
I'm trying to use it for
Christ.
useful things here, people. I'm trying to be productive
I was
with this whole
waiting to
thing.
See which one of you jackasses were gonna bring it up first.
I messages. I was messaging
Oh.
Shiny. Was you as well when he was going just to get him back?
Yeah, Pew started to get me back, and that's why I lost it. The whole
Oh my god.
Batman.
Batman.
Grenade.
Yeah, hashtag block Shiny indeed. Just block
As
the
you can
guys.
see, we have the most professional production values here on BitRant.
Yes.
We have
Yes,
the-
yes,
only the
yes, we do.
highest quality.
Blame me.
It's great though. To be honest, like to put it in a bit of because did you want to say anything more about Batman before you go into off this tangent?
Not really.
Okay,
Go
good.
for it.
It's a great
done.
game, guys. Just go play it. To go off on a bit of a tangent, I love doing this show with you guys because I was a bit stressed
Oh, yeah.
out when we started because my computer was like freaking out. It like moved the Skype window over the screen capture region, and it was doing all this stupid shit. And it's great now. I love it. So I'm just very relaxed now. This is perfect.
As a quick side
So-
note, before we kind of switch over to the next section, just your friendly sellout reminder. If you go over to Twitter and use hashtag BitRant and tweet out Gary Faceman stream, we are obviously doing BitRant right now. So if you want to get some more people in here for discussion reasons and obviously help out the four of us, head over to Twitter. And hopefully I don't need to tell you the website if you have a Twitter account. And tweet out hashtag BitRant and Gary Faceman's stream. And that
If you
is
could, that would be
the
stellar.
announcement for now. But we're moving on to our section, which we professionally called news and stuff. I mean, I think it's the best way to describe it. And the first thing, I think Gary is going to be easily the best person to lead into this article, is going to be microtransactions in Metal Gear Solid 5.
I'm I'm so torn on this. So hold on, let me get this up there. There you go. So I'm so torn on this. Like, I love Metal Gear, and I know exactly what they're gonna charge me for, or what they want to charge me for, or what they're gonna try to get me to pay for, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just like, I don't know if I like this or not, because what they're gonna charge me for is gonna be progressing faster through the game. I just know that already.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with that in a lot of ways, to be honest. Like, I've never really minded the system where you can go faster by paying money. Whoever wants to fucking do that should fucking do that if they want to. I don't have the money to do that, and I just play the game, so I won't. So I don't care. But that said, it does always bring the question, are they only going to do this sort of microtransaction thing? Oh god, what did he send you now?
A fucking million gen waifus, like fucking 100 of them. Just wicks his fucking face everywhere.
The thing is, Rental, with microtransactions, it is sort of a risky road, isn't it? Because they can very quickly go too far. Like, my point was that if it's just to speed up the gameplay, I don't really mind. I don't think it's good that people want to buy themselves past the sort of content that they should be playing. But fine, that's their choice. And I get that developers are doing this. I'm not saying it's a great thing that they're doing it. I get that they're doing it because they do want to get as much as they can out of the products that they make.
Yeah.
That said, yeah, they always go too far, don't they? They always go like...
I'm with what Rental's saying right now. I have moral issues against microtransactions in a full-priced retail game. I'm looking at the Assassin's Creed Unity £65 microtransaction. I bet I spend less than £65 a month on food. It's not a microtransaction at that point. That's a significant
that's true. That's what I was saying. If it's only to speed up the gameplay, if it's to buy yourself past things you should just be playing, then I'm okay with it. That's the thing. Like, if it's just like you should be okay. So if you played Peace Walker, you can build a game and you can build a base in Peace Walker. It's a Metal Gear Solid game. You use something called Gross Military Product, or GMP. And the more GMP you have, the more upgrades you can buy. So you can expand your base. Now, one thing that they're gonna do, 100%, is gonna let you buy GMP. They're gonna let you pay to upgrade your stuff. And that's kind of bad, because you're gonna be able to sort of skip doing missions to get more GMP, or playing well to get more GMP. Instead, you're gonna be able to pay to get the GMP to upgrade your base, to go further in the game faster. Which is not great, because you're gonna skip yourself, sort of block yourself out of content you should just be playing instead of just playing the game. That's it. People will do that anyway, so they might as well offer the option. It's not great, but that's gonna happen. But yeah. I don't know how to feel about it. It's weird. I didn't expect it.
It's one of those things, really, for me, where if they're not forcing you to spend the money, and you can get all the same content without having to spend that extra DLC, extra content price tag, and you can get all the same shit, then I really don't have a problem with it. I'd like to have a problem with it, because I enjoy having problems with things, because that's just makes me... Ranting makes me happy. It really does. But with this, like, it's not... Like, I even get worked up about the Hearthstone skin, because I care about the game. Like, I love the game. And like with Metal Gear, you care about the game, and you want people to have that same experience that you have, where it's, you approach a side mission for the first time and you're like, oh, it's a fucking side quest, it's going to be a side quest. And you approach it in Metal Gear, and it's like, oh my god, like, this is great, you know? And it's
I didn't really care that it was just a side mission or whatever when I played a lot of the other Metal Gear games where you even had side missions. So for me, it was like, I'm gonna do this anyways. But people are always gonna buy themselves past it if the developer gives them that option. That said, is it great that the developer isn't giving you the option to do this? Probably not. Because it does allow them to overstep their bounds very easily, to sneak in that one that goes, oh, you know, you can get this item, but only if you grind for 60 hours, so you might as well just pay £5 to get it now. You know, that's my problem with it.
I see it, and I see things like Dead Space 3, where it's like, oh, you want the best gun in the game? Here it is, right off the bat. Enjoy just mowing things down as you walk on.
Exactly, and that is not good, because you will be able to do that in MGS5 if this system is in place the way I think it is, because you will be able at the start of the game to just go, I'm buying all the GMP, and I'm just gonna upgrade everything I can right now. Probably some things will be behind progress locks, but other than that, it's gonna be like, I'm just gonna buy this maximum upgrade research thing, and I have all the things that I can have up to this point in the game, and that's bad, because you're just gonna walk through the game, and people are gonna go, that game is so easy, while they walk around with their fucking diamond-encrusted super laser gun, you know? It's like, oh, of course, super easy for you, because you bought everything. It's just like in Dark Souls 3, yeah. Yep. Or in Dark Souls 3 and Dead Space 3. Yeah, silly. Yeah. I'm very torn on this. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna have to wait and see what they do with it. Yeah. I'm scared though. I'm scared because they can fuck it up very easily.
This is the first wave of Konami's new announcement that everything's going to be microtransactions and mobiles from here on out. I have a feeling.
Yeah, I mean, if
was this before Kojima left, because I don't think he would have let it in. Maybe this is why he went.
Maybe, yeah, that could be very real. Could be a very real reason for him to say like, no, fuck this, I don't want this, because I think if you put microtransactions in a game that sort of lock you out of content, you have to half price your game or whatever.
Yeah, I said that
because you're gonna pay the other half.
$60 for something that also contains microtransactions is kind of gross in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I just need to see what it's gonna be before I can make any kind of judgments on it. But I am scared. They could very easily not fuck it up, but they could also very easily fuck it up.
Do you think this is one of the reasons that kind of Kojima fell out with them?
Oh yeah, that's what Ram was saying as well. Like, and I think that's I think it's a very real possibility. If Kojima got wind,
they're already forcing him to make it over and over again, and now they want to pollute it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a shame. It is a shame that gaming kind of goes this way, where it's like, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's on the same level as Evolve. Evolve to me was like, hey, here's a game, you get a game, we've made this much stuff for it, and then they said, oh yeah, by the way, there's tons of stuff that you can't get unless you pay past this money wall. Like, you cannot get it. There's no way to unlock it. Like, at least with Metal Gear, they're saying, hey, you can get everything, but you can get it a little bit faster if you pay us some more money. And with that, I don't have so much of a problem, especially with single-player games. I don't have much of a problem. Like, Hearthstone has a similar system where it's like, hey, you can buy packs in-game if you pay us money. The more packs you buy, the more cards you get. And if you get the same cards, you can dust them and craft better legendaries out of it and get better cards quicker. Like, pretty much all online card games have the same format as that, where if you spend money and you buy lots of packs, you will progress faster. And it's just kind of become the norm, and I'm kind of okay with all games doing that. But
yeah,
if they start to put things behind a money wall, and it's not just aesthetic stuff, like it's actual stuff in the game that will not only help you, but will give you almost kind of like Easter egg content or stuff that you haven't done before. Shiny is just for anyone who's come in the last 5 minutes, because Shiny is now. If you see people giggling in the background, Shiny is being the naughty kid in the classroom and messaging people with the new Twitch whisper system.
With hilarious bullshit is what he's doing.
With stupid
messages.
Oh
my god.
That are just stupid and funny.
I knew that one was gonna get Gary. I knew it.
Yeah. He sent me the fucking fish caught, a spam fish bird going ha, and then he said freedom. So it's like the fucking eagle going freedom.
Are you gonna get an American freedom bird as an emote?
Oh, he should. He fucking has to. Yeah, it's a given.
But yeah, I don't really mind games doing. I mean, I've kind of come into. Yeah, Bran Flakes. We'll be talking about it later on in the cast. We'll be talking about the whisper system in the section called Regarding Twitch, which we will have a guest on for. Have we announced a guest yet?
Yeah, ICDJ will be on the...
Yep, ICDJ, Twitch caster extraordinaire, is going to be joining us later on when we're talking about Regarding Twitch, and we'll be regarding the Twitch whisper system then. So stick around. That's at the end of the show. But I don't really mind games doing this system that I've kind of coined the trainers pay to progress, because there are people out there who are lazy, who have got a big game list that they want to get through. They don't want to be doing side missions. They want to know the main storyline, the canon parts of the game, and they want to move on. They want to be able to get the canon part, and then they want to run. That's all they want. So I don't really mind that too much, as long as it doesn't interfere with other people. In PvP, it's slightly more annoying when people can pay to progress and kick your ass and whatnot.
Yeah. Because then it becomes sort of buying, not power directly, but sort of the power to directly get power that we get later, it's kind of shitty.
Yeah. It was like there was one guy in Hearthstone who spent $36,000 on all the packs to get all the cards in the game. Not only that, but to get all the cards in the game in golden, which makes no difference because gold cards are something that's just a skin. It's just a skin for the cards. But if you were to get all the cards, it would cost you like a few thousand. But people spend thousands to get all the cards in Hearthstone. They can make any deck in the game, any current meta deck that's trending, and then they can just climb the ranks. And that works. To play Hearthstone for free is pretty difficult. I've spent money on packs throughout the amount of time I've been playing it. So, yeah, it's hard to do. But it's an alive game. Metal Gear Solid 5 won't be relevant, and people will still always be relevant, but it won't be as relevant as it's not a consistently alive game. They don't consistently update Metal Gear Solid 5.
It'll be current when it's released.
Yeah, it'll be current when it's released, and then not afterwards.
It's just very easy to see them go the way of other games. Like someone just posted an excellent example in the chat. GTA was pretty annoying when you have level 4s with Kurumas, armored Kurumas. Now the armored Kuruma in a GTA 5 is a car that you cannot die in due to NPCs anyway. You'll just drive into a base filled with enemies with machine guns and shoot everyone from your car window, and you won't die. You just won't.
A tank could take it out though, right?
No, I like a base filled with like regular
gunfire,
enemies.
Basic gunfire.
Yeah, like regular gunfire.
Okay.
Yeah, a tank could take it out, but that's about where it ends.
They'll take it out.
Yeah, rockets will destroy, but that's about it. You can drive a Kuruma pretty much anywhere you want. Some people call it the Batmobile as well because it's so fucking indestructible. It's stupid, and it ruins a whole section of the gameplay because all skill is now gone. You just get someone with a Kuruma, he drives to the base, kills everyone, and you do whatever else you came there to do. The game ruined. You have no more skill-based section in the game. It's terrible. And the reason that people can do that is because you can go into GTA 5 and you can go buy a card that gives you in-game money. So you can exchange real money for in-game money, and then you can use that in-game money to buy a really expensive car. There you go.
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's it's like when you put it in a PvP format, it's not so great. Like at least with Hearthstone, it's not terrible because it matches you up against people your rank. So all the people who either have sat in for long enough and played, they are all at rank 1, 2, 3, legend or whatever. And then the people who are playing and they're not buying cards or they're getting lucky packs or unlucky packs, sorry, and they're just they're not spending money. Those people are generally sat around between rank 13 and 20. Until they play for the amount of time that Crypt plays for or something. Because like Hearthstone casters, they don't spend money. Like they just play a lot.
Can you gift people stuff? Actually, that's a real.
Yeah, you can give away cards you get from packs, right?
Nope, there's no trading system in Hearthstone. None at all.
Oh, I was kind of expecting that, but of course there isn't because that would create a huge gold farming market for.
It would break the game if they put in a trading system. Sense. They'd make no money.
Yeah. So once you get a card, you can do throwaway cards.
So the way that Hearthstone kind of works is that you have a dusting system. There's two forms of currency in the game, which is gold and dust. Gold is used to buy packs, or it's used to buy entries to the arena, or you can use it to unlock wings of the new expansions they have, which is Naxxramas and Blackrock Mountain, which is very expensive, and I'd honestly just recommend buying them for money because you'll be there for months if you try and unlock it with gold. It's incredibly difficult to unlock with gold. So the money, so that's basically spent on either campaign, which is obviously very linear. You get the same cards from all of it, or you use the gold to spend on entrances to the arena, which is completely RNG, or buying packs, which yet again is RNG. You can either buy Goblins versus Gnomes, which is the newest expansion, or Classic, which was the original. All the cards are still relevant within them. Dust, on the other hand, is when you decide that you don't want to keep a card anymore, or you have extra copies of cards that you can't use, because the maximum use of every single card in the game, apart from legendaries, is 2. So if you have more than 2 of those cards, they're useless. Like, there's no use for them. So you dust them. And when a card turns into dust, you can gather up dust to craft cards that you don't yet have. that you so not all the cards you have are ones that you've necessarily.
Oh, it's like disenchanting in
yeah,
World of
it's like
Warcraft.
disenchanting. Yeah, you get rid of them. They give you a certain amount of dust depending on what the rarity of the card was, and you recycle that dust and turn it into a card that you want. But
Right.
it's a very low trade ratio. Like you get like a quarter of the card's value in dust. So I mean,
Right.
it's pretty good. But like if you wanted one common card, you'd have to dust 4 common cards to even think about getting the one common card, which is pretty crazy. But it's kind of like it's worth it sometimes. But generally you want to work towards having 2 copies of each card. It's a very unique system. I think the game's payment system works, but Blizzard have always been very good with pricing. Apart from in Heroes of the Storm, their pricing system sucks in that game.
Oh, Heroes of the Storm. I haven't played that yet. I'm kind of interested.
I've been
in
playing it with my subs offline. It's a really fun game.
It is. I've been meaning to try, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
We should all play it together at some point. Like it's one of those MOBAs where it's got a point for everyone. Like Ram likes RTS.
Not really big on the MOBAs though.
Yeah.
See me, I'm not huge into them either. But I played Heroes of the Storm, and it allows you to play so many different play styles that it makes it feel like it's different games. Like there's a character you can sit back in the base, monitor the map, and play the game like an RTS.
That I would enjoy, because I the question is, if I screw up, does it affect the rest of you? Because if that's the case, I'm not going to enjoy it. I don't like the pressure of the team waiting on me.
And with Heroes of the Storm, it doesn't matter so much because it's very kind of levied on. You play as a team. There's no solo role. Like you play as a team the entire time, and it's wonderful. Like it opened up a whole new world of MOBAs for me, because Smite, you play on your own, and if you fuck up the whole of your team. Same with Dota, same with League, same with Heroes of New Earth, same with everything like that. But Heroes of the Storm is you do objectives, which are really fun, and you play as a team. And you're, as Woda said, you're hardly punished for making mistakes. It's all about working together as a team. You're more rewarded for working together than you are punished for not working together. So it's like nobody can solely fuck up the team. Either the whole team fucks up, or that's it. Like one guy can't ruin the game type thing, and they've done a really good formula.
That would take pressure off me.
Yeah, they've done it's really fun. It's a lot of fun, and all the characters are so goofy, and they've got their own personality. And like I've had so much fun with this game. I thought it would be like, oh, Heroes of the Storm, this game's going to be goddamn awful. I have to learn loads of stuff, and like it's so easy. It is such an easy game to pick up and just go with. Like I'd recommend anyone, if you've had any speculation on MOBA, don't enter solo queue, because solo queue in every single game that you ever play that allows chat communication, including CSGO, Call of Duty, I don't care what game it is, if it allows a chat system that allows you to talk to random people that can queue up in the game, it will be trash, okay? You will not enjoy it. So any MOBA, any shooter, anything, get a team of friends together, if you have friends, or find some, and play it like that. Play it like that with the team of friends. You'll have a blast of a time. I've recently been playing Smite offline with my subs as well, but I've been enjoying Heroes of New Earth. Not Heroes of New Earth.
Heroes of New Earth.
Yeah, fuck Heroes of New Earth. I've been enjoying Heroes of the Storm like a whole lot more, because it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious.
I mean, I've been wanting to try it, so I'll probably tap you on the shoulder one day then and ask you to sort of guide me through the sort of starting of it, because I haven't even looked at the game itself. I've looked at the heroes because it's a Blizzard game, and I'm a big fan of sort of the Blizzard universe with like the StarCraft and Diablo and the Warcraft character. I love that. It's fucking great. So I can't wait to try it out. But yeah, I saw someone in the chat say, I'm not going to get MGS5 because of this. I would hold off on that decision. Wait until it's out. Wait until you see what they actually did. Because the chances are very real that it's just going to be a pay to be lazy, as 90 was calling it, system. So you can pay to be lazy, and I'm gonna assume it's that, because Metal Gear Solid hasn't really steered me wrong in this yet, and I kind of want to give them the benefit of doubt until it comes out and see what they actually do with it. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. You can always decide not to buy it at that point. I'm getting it either way, so to be honest, I love Metal Gear, so I can't not get it.
I think for us, it's just like it's less about the problem with the transactions in Metal Gear Solid 5, and more the fact that they're just are these transactions now in
Yeah.
a series that doesn't need them or has
Yeah,
never needed them before.
And to be fair, a lot of them will probably be for the online portion of the game. There will be Metal Gear Online that will come out with Metal Gear Solid 5. That will probably have hats you can buy, costumes you can buy, gun skins, etc. But again, these are all cosmetics, and I'm fine with that. Pay to be lazy is fine. Pay to get cosmetics. Pay to look beautiful is also fine with me. Pay to get strong, though, that's some shit. I don't like that. So
it's like Total Biscuit talked about it. He said generally the way that a game is made, and people can correct me on this, is that the first things to get done, like the character models, they're some of the first things to get done. The maps, the character models, everything. So that the coders and the engineers and all that shit, they can get to work with making things function in a working environment. So usually the artists are the first people to finish. They're the first people to finish making a game. So they get towards the end process of the game where the coders are coming in, they're doing beta tests, they're doing alpha tests, they're doing functionality Q&A tests and whatnot, checking if the game works, basically. And the artists are sat around scratching their nuts, which is why when a game is released, you have day one aesthetics for people to buy, which is purely cosmetic, and it's nothing else. And because the artists have nothing else to do, so they task the artists to go and make a ton of really cool looking cosmetic stuff that's all it is. The artists have they've ran out of things to do, and it's a very true scenario.
I mean, look at it this way. You can't really test a lot of the game's assets if they're not done, and the testing takes like months because the game needs to be like fucking polished when it arrives on your console. So the art assets and stuff like that are usually, for a large part, not always by a long shot, but a large part of the assets are done weeks or months in advance. Now, these people are still getting paid. They're still in that company. They're on a contract there usually for like a longer amount of time, not just for one job or whatever, like not just for that one game, but usually for an amount of years. So they still need to make them do something. So usually they make them just make stuff for the next project, or they make them make stuff for what they're working on, and then it's exactly what Pew says. They just make them do DLC stuff. So it makes sense.
They just task them to do stuff. And cosmetics don't help you at all. Cosmetics are not anything that's ever going to make you, as you said, stronger or better. Just makes you look cooler. And like, there's been like, do you remember Guns of Icarus? Like, we looked at all that Guns of Icarus stuff, shiny. And,
I love those.
And it's like, it doesn't help you at all by putting a naked mermaid lady on the front of your ramming ship, but you just want to hit people with it, and it's great.
But doesn't it look great though? Yeah, exactly.
It looks good. Yeah, we have cool ships now, and it makes me feel good. So I'm good with that, and it was cheap and really well priced.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've said all we can say about this, and I think this is also a nice segue to go into the nice thing, because Pew just said cheap and well priced. We can go over that nicely. PS Now is a new thing. It's a service where you can rent, I want to say, PS3 games and PlayStation Network games.
Yes, PS3 and PSN for different price tiers as well.
Yeah, and the prices are kind of high. It's £10 for a PS3 game for 30 days.
For a PS3 game, it's £2.99 for £2.99. So we're talking in pounds here. So it's like $5 for 2 days, or like $15 for 30 days for a PS3 game.
And I'm pretty sure you can get the game a lot cheaper than that.
Oh yeah. If you go to a bargain bin somewhere, you can probably get.
You can get like 3 games for that. Yeah. Well, and even if you paid $15 for the game, you would have it permanently. Is also a problem with it.
Yeah. Talking about cheap games, the Steam sale starts in 40 minutes.
Oh god, I was wondering when.
Oh god,
I've been keeping my eye on it.
My wallet is in the other room. Just because
I need to
like
hide this.
Give it to me, Gary. I'll look after it for you.
Okay, here.
If you're on mobile, or if you're on tablet, or if you're on something that you might not be able to access Steam on, I'll give you the moment the sale goes live. We're going to do a little bit of quick section, just talk about what's on sale, maybe what quote unquote is worth buying, and
what we'd recommend.
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of recommendation of what's well priced and what isn't.
To be fair, when it goes live, we'll probably first go, oh, right, Steam is down now, because that happens every year. Steam just dies when the sale goes live. Like, the second it goes, it's like, boom! Steam dies. So we'll see what happens.
They never.
But yeah, this is kind of expensive. Well, I mean, they do, but you can't prepare yourself for server swamp like this. It's a server technician's nightmare. Freedom sale!
So, The
Shiny
PlayStation Europe has said that it's still in a beta test, so pricing will be finalized upon actual release of the product, or on full release of the product. But still, if this is their entry level, £3 for 2 days of gaming, I mean, it depends. I feel I'm confused about it, because I'd quite like to spend £3 on a PlayStation game that's only got 2 days of content. I could do that instead of spending £30 on it. But at the same time, does that mean new releases? Can you actually rent a new release for only £3? Because I
mean, if that's the case, I mean, that's kind of okay, because I could try it.
I don't know. I can't see us being able to play Metal Gear Solid. Well, I know Metal Gear Solid 5 is coming out on PS4, but you know what I mean. I can't see us getting 2 days of free access to that for £3.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a thing, isn't it? Like, it seemed like such a great idea. Oh, PS3 games that you normally can't play in your PS4 because it's not backwards compatible. You can try these now. You can play them on your PS4. Great, I love that. And then this happens. I mean, this is not what I kind of was expecting from this. I'm not too enchanted by this whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't like it. I have a PS3 luckily, so I won't have to deal with this a whole lot, but it's just one of those things again, isn't it? Like, oh, it seems like a reasonable system, and then they price it like this.
It's nice that it's nice that you can rent games, because I don't want to go into a shop and spend £15 on, like I said, a game that I'm only going to get for 2 days and then have to take back or sell on or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like owning things. I like having possession over my software.
Yeah. If there was an option to just own the software, that would be fine as well. I mean, I'd be cool with that. 90 said it as well just now. Like, I'd be okay with that. Like, if I could just buy the product instead of renting it, that would be fine with it. With me, but I don't think they'll give you that.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not. So yeah, that's a thing. So keep an eye on that. I would say if you're interested in anything of that. Shiny is muted. Yeah, that's that's gonna be a thing. I'd say keep an eye on that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I may have been guilty of taking a few hard copies from Blockbuster back in the day.
Hey! That's why I lost my job.
I didn't take it from the English Blockbuster.
Yeah.
From the Freedom Blockbuster.
Yeah,
oh
the
my
freedom
god.
one. No, this is mine.
Freedom, not free, Shiny. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's all we have to say about this, really. Let's move on to the next thing. The pre-3 rumbles, and there's a fucking weird comment that fucks everything up. There we go. Mirror's Edge Catalyst and Last Guardian. Now, Mirror's Edge Catalyst, things have been said about this, that it's supposedly not a sequel.
Yeah, it's meant to be like either a prequel or like an alternate universe prequel, or I don't know. It's
wow.
It's definitely not Mirror's Edge 2. They're definitely calling it Mirror's Edge Catalyst, not 2.
Yeah. So it should be interesting. I love Mirror's Edge, so
I really love the game. I'm kind of scared that they're putting more sort of, from what of the few trailers they put out, there's a lot more sort of shooting in it, which I don't want.
No, I just want to run.
Yeah.
I don't want that. That's weird. Savannah is playful right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want shooting in my Mirror's Edge. That said, I'm just gonna wait and see what it is, because it's not even. This isn't even official yet, right? The Mirror's Edge Catalyst thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Like this week, guys, we're going to have a lot of ripples and a lot of sort of, ooh, have you heard this? And then next week we'll actually be able to say, hey, this is happening because it's happened.
Yeah,
everyone's playing their cards very close to their chest right now.
So we're very much like the announcements this week for the games. It's going to be kind of like, oh, hey, well, this is announced, maybe. And then next week it's going to be kind of like, oh, it's been confirmed. So kind of expect some double announcements. So we're going to speculate a lot this week and probably be a little bit more objective next week.
Yeah. Other than that, Last Guardian, there's been rumors about this. Literally every
for 3 years now, hasn't it? It's like 3 or 4 years. Oh, Last Guardian's coming out at some point, I guess. Like just like, I think the only reason people still believe it is because we've seen footage. So we know it actually exists. Not from this E3, just we've seen footage in the past of The Last Guardian. Someone has made art assets for it at the very least.
It is definitely a game that is on a platform of some sort.
Yeah.
That you can
all we
sort
can
of
tell
play,
you.
maybe. Yeah, that's it. Last Guardian's never coming out. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it could be.
I'd like it to, though.
So
Did we touch on
I'd love it
Fallout
too.
4 last week? Yeah, we did.
did,
Yeah, we did a big section.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it,
yeah.
So that's also a thing for those of you who missed it. You can't have missed that. It's fucking everything exploded with Fallout 4. Dark Souls 3 confirmed early 2016 release.
Is it confirmed or is it confirmed?
No, it's confirmed.
Confirmed it is, and there's actually a Dark Souls 3 being made.
Wow.
I saw this image, and they kind of just put, as you can see, it's a 20 early, like that image already existed, and then a new image released when somebody put Dark Souls 3 early 2016, and like that's all it was. Like somebody's put text over that image, and then IGN put their watermark over it.
As I understood it, the image is real, and what it was supposed to be was promo art for when it would be announced, and it leaked early. So it's real.
Yeah.
The images for the game that released, all the leaked images that were released, I believed all those.
Yeah, the screenshot looks super real. Yeah.
The screenshots looked super real. The release date, though, I think at E3 it's gonna be mid 2016. I don't think it'll be early. And
I think early 2016.
It'll probably get pushed back.
I think.
I mean, it'll probably get pushed back, sure. But what they're gonna say is gonna be like Q1 2016. That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I believed all the images, but I'm not sure about the release date image so much.
I think they could totally do it.
That image already existed.
Yeah, probably. Half-Life 3 confirmed, everyone. Yeah, they say it's maybe not coming for PC. Yeah, that's a bit worrisome. Yeah. I mean, I have a PS4 now, so I'm kind of like, okay, I can still play it, luckily, but that's still really shit because I started my Dark Souls adventures on PC, and I would be really sort of sad if people who have a PC and who are expecting it on PC because they always play it on PC are not getting it now.
Like, I know they said no PC, but if it's coming out for Xbox, I imagine Microsoft will fight for it to be on PC as well.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be if it's on Xbox because it's not hard to port things from Xbox to PC. Well, it's not. It is, difficult. Obviously, it's a trial, but it's not as hard.
Yeah, I mean, they should definitely be able to do it.
Yeah,
They've
Xbox
sold
is
so well on PC. It sells so well on PC.
It really.
To be
does.
honest,
I
at
can't
this
imagine-
point, if you're not releasing something on all three platforms, you're just doing it because you have a deal with the person that you're selling it to or for. Because at this point, all the consoles are, except for the Wii U, are so similar that there's really no reason not to put it on all three. The Wii U is completely
rule
different.
For me, is there's either two ways to release games. You either release it on one console and one console only, unless you're Nintendo and you're switching it between your handheld, or you're Sony and you're switching it between your handheld and your console, or you put it on everything. It's as simple as that. Like you either put it on just the one thing or just everything. There's no reason to have something on Xbox and PS4 only.
I think actually 90's got a good point in chat. Even for Dark Souls 2, wasn't the release difference between consoles and the actual PC release like 6 months or something stupid like that?
No, Dark Souls 2 was a month. It was a month.
It was just a month.
What a long month that was.
It was a long
Was it
month.
just a
I
month?
lost
Okay,
my
it just
viewer
felt
base
like
because
6
of it.
months.
Wasn't
I used to
two-
test Dark Souls 1 a
Wasn't
lot,
2 a
and
month
then
as
I was
well
waiting.
or something?
Dark Souls 2 was a month. I don't know about Dark Souls 1.
Dark Souls 1
I
was
don't know if
years,
it's
wasn't
that.
it?
Yeah,
Like,
Dark Souls 1 I think was a long time
it was
coming.
a very long time.
Yeah, but
Oh, Dark Souls 1 was a year? Wow. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm
kinda-
was
pulling
pretty-
numbers out of my head. I'm just trying to remember. But
it wasn't like
Yeah,
they were all released
long
at the
anyway.
same time. Like
yeah, but
Steam-
there was definitely a gap between the two of them, so it wouldn't surprise me if they do that again. They like doing that.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty much. And but for Dark Souls 2, yeah, there was a gap of a month and a week. And like I
Yeah,
used
I
to
know,
cast
and I
Dark
agree.
Souls 1 and I didn't get a PS3 because I was like, fuck it, it's coming out for PC in a month, I'll wait. My viewers didn't wait. They were like, fuck
Yeah,
it,
I remember me and P were talking at that time, man. That was such a long month.
How many viewers did I used to get for Dark Souls 1 as well?
Oh,
fuck, dude, I
back
was-
then, you were getting in the 50s or 60s, I believe.
Yeah, and I was like a small caster, tiny little caster, averaging about 70 viewers every day on Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2 released, the day that released, like 20 viewers. I was, GG, here we go, step 1. So it's like,
yeah.
from a Twitch caster's perspective, their delay on release times either is going to cost us more money or it's going to screw us over. So
Yeah.
it screws you over both ways, really.
Yeah.
There were people who
Yeah.
invested in PS3s when they were casting it, just so they could play it a month early, just so their casts didn't die. Like, it was
I can kind of see that.
far. It was understandable, though. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1 only got to PC because of a petition by fans. Yeah. The thing is, though, now because of those fans, those original, Crusaders who got it onto PC, they then released Dark Souls 2 for PC. They can't now come along and not put it out for PC.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel the same way.
Like they'd make so many people angry. Like, it would be, even if it has to be the most highly rendered GTA 5 fucking game to run and load, they need to release it for PC because they've got a PC user base.
Yeah.
That's going to spread rumors about them, and it's going to rip their company down to the floor, like we've seen so many times happen before. Like, do not piss off your community. Like, just don't do it. Like, the only reason that Nintendo is staying afloat right now is because they make great games. Other than that, if Nintendo made a substandard game, they'd be in the floor by now.
So, the 666 shared a screenshot from the supposed Dark Souls 3 thingies. I would like to remind people that even if those health bars look like the old health bars from Dark Souls 1, there is such a thing called placeholder art. If something's not done, they will just put in whatever. And a lot of the time, if you're in a game and you might see this weird bug, and it happens in every game you've ever played, you've seen this probably somewhere, because I always forget at least one place where this happens. You walk around, and there's like this wall. And if you look past the wall, or like in a gap, or you're clearly not supposed to go there, but you can sort of see it. And there's like a weird texture on the wall. It's either like pink with black checkers, or it's like gray grids, or it's like just numbers and letters. That's placeholder textures. They just forgot to remove them. That is also probably a placeholder health bar. Or they on purpose went back and changed it.
That was all over, like, all the Gary's mod games and everything. Like, all of those games, if you cut past any wall, it would be black and pink checkers everywhere. Like, in all of those ones. Like, I don't know what the engine was called, but all the placeholder that came with Gary's mod, all that stuff, like, if you cut past any walls, like, it would be black and pink checkers everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Half-Life games, or Source games rather, they have their own sort of placeholder texture, which is a gray square that tells you the height of a player and all that kind of stuff. So you see like these squares with like sizes next to them and that kind of things. So you're always going to find these.
That's what we should have. We should have like one of the little hexagonal cones that you can just move out on its own, and it's just black and pink checkers behind it. That would be wonderful. You could just kind of shift it out, just and the demonstration.
Yeah. Actually, vMix has this as well, right? It just has the, or is that what you meant?
I'm gonna link
vMix
this in
has
chat.
this.
1 second. Shiny has decided to whisper me this, just to let everyone in. Thanks, Freedom, man.
Freedom.
So good to have you around.
Oh,
May I just
God.
make just to cut in, by the way, that image that he sent me, I told all the guys about this before. But that image that he sent me is actually an actual skin for a hero or god in a game called Smite. And Ra, the Egyptian god of Ra, who is just a huge eagle, that is a skin for him. And it's called Ra America.
Ra America.
And when he casts his skills, that's what he says. He goes, Ra America. And it's wonderful. And he's in this big...
God.
That's an actual, not concept art, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
For the skin, and it's I need that skin in game, even if I don't play that skin. It is beautiful. It is beautiful.
Oh my God.
It is so
good. God. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 is a thing. Very short as well for those of you interested in the Uncharted 3 or Uncharted trilogy rather. The Nathan Drake. You see what's it called? The Nathan Drake collection.
Yeah,
Nathan Drake collection has been announced as well. I think this was already 2 weeks back, but I think we accidentally glossed over it. It's been announced they're going to port all of the Uncharted games to the PS4 for those of you who like those games. There you go. You can play them now. I haven't played them. I watched my friend play them, and there was a really infuriating gameplay element to it that I saw. But other than that, they looked really pretty.
I thought they were quite good. Like, they were just sort of standard fare adventure games, like Indiana Jones stuff.
So I was playing this with my animator friend who works at Guerrilla Games, and we were watching him climb. Now,
Yeah, that's funny.
if you've ever seen anyone climb, it doesn't look the way it does in Uncharted. This guy has no weight. He's completely weightless. He lives on the moon, or he's climbing on the moon, because there's no fucking gravity either. Yeah, it's just weird as fuck, and we were just so annoyed watching this, because we had just spent like a week or two or something just going over animation sets of things like movements like running and climbing, and then this game comes along, and then it's like, these people have learned nothing. Their animations look gorgeous, but they're wrong. They're just wrong. So, and apparently they changed, they fixed a lot of that in 3 though. So yeah, that's the thing I had to rant about there. Also, there was an infuriating thing with enemies shooting you where you couldn't see them, but maybe he was just not being very good at the game. I don't know. But yeah, that was a thing. I do need to play them though. I need to give them a fair chance to just see the gameplay myself.
I've never played an Uncharted game. I've never really given it much of a go. Like it's not really been anything that's ever really interested me.
I can.
It was good fun. Just like an adventure game. I recommend playing through them once if you're interested in a small story to sort of.
Yeah, that's why I would play them. Yeah.
So in terms of the break, are we cool to touch on this last topic before we hit break?
Yeah.
Cool. So
yeah, it's very short anyway.
Just for the YouTube, yeah. Hyrule Warriors is heading to the 3DS. So if you've been playing Hyrule Warriors, the Dynasty Warriors tile game on Wii U, that's also going to be heading to 3DS. I think it's going to work brilliantly. I've played the game on Wii U, and it's beautiful. It's going to work just fine on 3DS. It's going to work.
Yeah.
Great.
It's apparently coming with some extra characters as well. Tetra from Wind Waker is going to be in it, and someone else. I think it was Ganon or something. I don't know. Someone else was going to be in there as well. So it looks interesting.
Right. Should be good.
Oh yeah, female Link was also a thing.
Yeah, there's
female
been lots
Link.
of rumors about that kicking around.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing about the female, when they make male characters who have been designed as men and have always been men, and this is new wave feminism that is making a lot of male characters, and it's kind of taking them and saying, oh hey, we made it into a female as well, equality. I'm like, that's not what equality is. That's
I don't know. This has always been a trend, hasn't it? Though, where you take a character and you dress it up as another character. So I'm just seeing this as that. I'm just seeing this as that.
For me, it's never been something that's been promoted and sold and been extra content. It's always been kind of artistic.
Maybe not to you, but definitely to me though. Like I've always seen this in games. It's just always. It's definitely a Japanese culture thing.
It changes nothing for me. I'll enjoy the game just as much either way.
Yeah.
For me, it's like, if they're gonna do it, it has to be canon. Like, unless it's just a skin, it has to be canon.
But
like,
Hyrule Warriors already isn't canon, so I mean.
Yeah, true. Hyrule Warriors isn't canon, but all the characters in it are canon. Apart from the ones they introduced solely for Hyrule Warriors.
I was about to say there are non.
They do contain story elements.
Yeah, but the story elements don't count toward. Yeah, so it doesn't count.
True. I mean, I just hope that they keep kind of like, if this female Link does blend or swap over into any more of the Zelda games or any of the future Zelda games, hopefully they make up some sort of legit kind of storyline for how it got there.
I mean, I don't really care, to be honest, what the fucking gender of the hero of time is. It's just this hero that keeps reincarnating into a different body. If he turns into a fucking wolf at some point, partly part of the game, then he can also turn into a girl or like a child or like a full-grown person. I don't really care too much, to be honest. So.
Like as you said, it's a side game, so I'm not massively bothered about it too much. It's not something I really give too much of a shit about, but hopefully they just don't start introducing this into canon games. This is me just speculative moaning.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I mean, I would play it and enjoy it because I've never played a Zelda game, but you guys seem to enjoy them. I couldn't imagine you not sitting there going, "This is great. This is a perfect example of a Zelda game." Unfortunately, it's just got a girl in it, so I can't accept it.
Aaron's going to be bothered about it. Aaron played, as most of you know, Aaron did an entire chronological playthrough of every single Zelda game, and she won't cosplay Link. She refuses to because she says Link's a male character. And it's like, I think it's the type of thing that if they did make it canon, Erin would just flip her desk, I think. It's just, she's so into it. It would be like if they changed the gender or switched the gender of any of the Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really. I've always kind of been okay with the sort of cross-character thing, where it's a thing in Japanese culture either way, where a character is portrayed as the opposite gender. I don't know. I don't really mind either way.
I mean, it's either way for me. Like if I played a Tomb Raider game and all of a sudden Lara Croft had a massive cock and abs, I'd be like, that doesn't make any sense.
You
Like,
played Uncharted because that's what it is.
yeah, but
Yeah, but that's Uncharted. That's completely different.
Yeah, but it's I'm really into kind of like lore and storylines and like.
I mean, they made Thor a girl now, and I'm like, at first I was like, okay, this is kind of stupid because of the reasons that they gave it, but other than that, I don't give a shit about the fact that Thor is a woman now.
And it's like it's every time James Bond changes, and now he's Daniel Craig who's blonde, and that's just no. James Bond's not blonde. It's like, so what? It's a thing. All right, it's gonna.
Yeah.
If
I get what you're saying, but I don't really.
I'm waiting for
or
Jamie Bond.
Jamie Bond. That will happen probably at some point.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I mean, would it really be that much of an issue? Would you not appreciate the film as much if it was a female James Bond?
What I like about James Bond is that it's got a lot of room for kind of like concepts. Like it's got a lot of room to kind of like. Is there like, I may be being a complete idiot here. Is there 007 books that they're basing this off?
Yeah, Ian Fleming's 007 books.
Okay, and has there been films with that they haven't based off the books?
No, I think they're all like, I don't know if they're all based off the books, but like the character himself and the adventure, like not necessarily.
I don't foresee. What was it? I think it was the last one with Pierce Brosnan. I don't foresee that
Die
being
Another Day.
Oh my god, I don't see that one coming from a book.
Yeah.
I want to quickly comment on what Nighty's saying. Like, it's one parallel universe where Thor is now a woman. That's fine. As I said, I don't really care about that. I know about Marvel Zombies and all that. I like that. I like that they have different universes where different things happen. I didn't like the reason they gave for it. The reason that they used was the same reason that they made... who did they make... sort of a Middle Eastern girl or whatever the hell they did with it? They did it for equality reasons. So... They changed, and also someone's skin color they changed to be black.
Storm, by chance?
I can't remember, and it doesn't matter. It's not important who it was. The point was they give these points like, oh, we want to be more about equality between races, so we made our character a different skin color. And this one that was like, we need to be more equal between genders, so we changed our character's gender. You know, it's like,
it doesn't
you're
make
fucking
sense.
missing the point, you idiots.
That's exactly the kind of point I was getting on with Link. Like, it doesn't make it any better. Like with Crash Bandicoot, the original Crash Bandicoot, they had Crash, and then they had Crash's sister, and you could play as either of them, and it worked. Like, and Crash's sister a lot of the time did the more dangerous job. She'd be shooting rockets and shit. Like, she was military. Like, but like they actually made a specific character who was a female and had a backstory and had an upbringing and had a character development and everything. If anything, to me, it's really offensive to that culture to say, hey, you know, this white middle class male character that we've got here, we're just going to turn it into a woman, you know, with no backstory.
Because we need to be correct about it. We're gonna change the gender because we want to be more sensitive to people who are gender. Come on, that's just, you missed the entire point. That's so stupid. I can't. You just can't. What?
They're not doing it for equality. They're just doing it to get Link with boobs. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with Link, but if you're just doing it because you want to have fun with it, that's perfect. I think that's awesome. Don't do it for any other reasons, though. Don't give me some fucking semi-political bullshit line where you go like, oh, we need to be equal. No, you wanted to have boobs on Link because you thought that would be funny. And you did it, and it's fine. Who gives a shit, really?
It's not too much. It's not too much of a big thing. I don't know. Make the characters separate. Like the nice thing is about Marvel is that there is all those characters already exist. Storm is a black woman with superpowers. There's plenty of white women with superpowers as well. You've got black men with superpowers. You've got white men with superpowers. You've got every single type of race and gender already exists in Marvel. You've even got female Thor, and it's actually in the comics. Like, it's actually a thing. Like, they can...
but that was how this whole thing started, right? I said that I found the reason that they made Thor in this alternate universe female was stupid because they were doing it to appeal to equality.
Yeah, they shouldn't come out with that statement. What they should come out with and say, in this comic, in this series, it was female. Was it Thor was a female? We wrote this in the comic 10 years ago, and that's why we've put it in here.
Yeah,
that's
so
what they should say.
The end.
And then people could derive from that and say, oh well, I guess that's equal. They don't need to come out with a statement and say we did it for equality.
And Ilyich, the reason that I brought that example up is because of the way they worded it. I know that Miss Marvel is a new thing, and etc., but it was the way they worded it. If you go back and you look at the way they release these characters and they announce them, you're gonna just cringe at the way they worded all these things. They went like, we need to be more sensitive to multiple cultural groups, so we made this character, this specific cultural group. I hate it.
People just need to. It just needs to be a knee-jerk thing where it's in and we don't talk about it. Like, there's no point talking about it because it just makes it worse. People, I don't know.
It shouldn't be. if you make it a focus, then you're making it something that is apparently weird to you because you're putting the focus on it. The fact that it's different. You're making it different.
It shouldn't be a focus. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't matter. It's a different gender. At the end, okay, female Link. No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. The word shouldn't need to be said. It should just be like, oh, well, why is it weird? You know, it's a thing.
Yeah, like what? Like, okay.
Yeah, and what type thing? It shouldn't be we're doing it for the cause, you know, fight the power type thing. It should just be it's there. Fucking deal with it.
Yeah, and these are just our opinions, guys, as Ram just quickly put there in the chat. That's very true. They may be right or wrong, but they're just ours. So if you're offended by this, I'm sorry, but this is just how I feel. I think it's
like Mortal Kombat did it correctly. Mortal Kombat, just to kind of touch on this before we go on a break, Mortal Kombat had the very first gay character brought into games. It was the son of a character that has already existed, and he has a backstory, he has a storyline, everything, and he came out as a
son.
What?
I didn't know it was the son of a character.
It was a son of a character, I'm pretty sure. And he's gay, right? And they kind of just threw it. They didn't say a word, right? And they threw it in the character's backstory. And they were like a few of the Mortal Kombat characters, a few of the bigots were like, he's gay, what the fuck? I'm not playing him. And then a few, like, Mortal Kombat made no such announcement about it until they were kind of pushed into making an announcement. And they were like, yeah, he's gay. And what?
And,
and then the rest of the game
was spinning.
Yeah, and everyone who kind of is not a bigot turned around and went, yeah, who gives a shit? Like, he's got a pretty cool skill set. Like, I'll play him. He's pretty, you know, like, nobody cared. And because they announced it in that way, it was like, you know, that's excellent that they did that. Who's the gay character? The one with the bow or the staff? I forgot his name, but he's gay, and it's cool. It's not even cool. It's not anything. Like, it's just as cool as all the other characters. Like, it's not. They didn't make it a thing. You know, for Jax, they didn't come around and say, "Oh, we've got a black character. Fight the power, guys." You know, like, no. He's just in the story. Like,
he's just the guy, and he punches people in the face. Oh yeah, he's sending me more eagles that yell things like "Freedom, motherfucker."
But yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, guys. And we're gonna move on to the next topic when we're after the break. Which will be new games. So if you're on YouTube, go over to part 2. We're going to be talking about new games in that section. And if you're on Twitch, which is right now, we'll be back in 3 to 5 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. Steam Style starting shortly, even if I can get my words correctly. And
10 minutes.
We'll be announcing those. 3 minutes and we'll be right back. Or 5. See you then.
See you in a bit.